This qualifying recap brought to you by Phillips Connect, technology that moves us forward.
All four of them clean off the mark. Best 60. 6.781. Series that walk. 6.714 Angelle. 201 miles an hour. Angelle goes to the top.
Qualifier. We should have had it in Gainesville. We should have had it in Houston. And we definitely got it here, thank goodness. I knew my Mission Suzuki, powered by Vance Hines, definitely had it in it. And I actually have been most of the problem. But you know, we've had some issues with the bike, but I just have not been driving it like I need to, and got it done today. We actually, that 71 run, I chopped the throttle right before the finish line, and there was a little bit more mile per hour, and I don't know if it would have increased or decreased the ET, but it's possible. But I mean, it's just a strong motorcycle. Andrew's doing an awesome job tuning it. The guys back at Vance Hines are amazing. I mean, they give me everything I need to get the job done, so it's just up to me to get the job done.
We're joined in the media center by top fuel #1 qualifier Justin Ashley. His run from Friday from the 3.669, 331 miles an hour, good enough to give him his first career #1 qualifier. Justin, we talked a little bit about it last night, but to secure that first #1, have that yellow hat for the first time, how cool is that for you?
It feels great. You know, we've accomplished a lot in a short period of time, but to be able to actually sit here and be able to say that we qualified #1 in an event like this with the depth of the top fuel field and the way it is this year really says a lot about our Old Davis Motorsports team. I'm along for the ride. I'm enjoying it, that much I can tell you, but Mike Reed and Tommy DeLago, they do a great job racing and race out of putting us in this position.
Obviously, a big goal to get #1. Does that put a big spotlight on you, a big amount of pressure on you heading into race day tomorrow?
Now, I think there's always pressure, right? No matter where you are, 1, 16, 15, it really doesn't matter. There's pressure on race day because it's race day, right? You're out there to win, and at the end of the day, nobody's going to put more pressure on me than I do on myself. So there's no pressure. It's just about going out there and putting our best foot forward. And, you know, we're not racing the person in the lane next to us, or even in this case, the lane farther away than that. But, you know, we're just racing the racetrack.
We're joined in the media center by funny car #1 qualifier John Force. John goes to #1 for the first time this season, 164th in his career thanks to his run of 385 from Friday. Certainly last night was great, but a great run to finish off qualifying today. You got to feel pretty good about heading into race day tomorrow.
Well, it's team effort, and Robert Height, you know, that auto club, I think he ran quicker, 87, and I ran whatever I ran, 89, 80. But feel good about that because 3 out of 4, a little consistency, that's what we're looking for. Daniel Hood and Fabrizi and that team. And I'm trying to find myself on the Christmas tree. That's always a job for me. I'm a mood swinging person, and I've got to keep a lid on it. So good day, and for the sponsors, and let's see where tomorrow goes.
A good weekend so far for you. Obviously last year you won the race. Is there just something special about this place that brings out the best in you?
Well, I just love Bruton Smith. You know, he's not my dad. I've got a dad, but my dad would have loved him too. Same kind of individuals, workaholics, you know, and that's kind of me. And my dad was a hard worker. Bruton, I watched him early in the morning working, and I'm the same way. So to see what he built, to see, you know, the crowd today makes us feel good. And I always, you can't thank Marcus, you can't thank Bruton enough, you know, and to tell him that you love him, because the racers do. A lot of them aren't like me, they're just not verbal and say stuff, but they're thanking it for what he's given us. And that is very important for the NHRA Drag Racing Series to have stadiums like he's put together around the country. So, and he did it in NASCAR, you know, so nope, you can't say enough about him. And so thank you. And let's make all this make sense in the long run. Let's keep our media working, and let's keep you know, the sponsors coming in, and let's keep the crowds coming, and let's keep this sport alive. That is what my goal is. People say, what are you trying to accomplish? I want my grandkids, if they wish, to see what I've loved for over 40 years of my career. You know, I just love it out here. Of course, you've heard all that from me, so.
83.850, 334 miles an hour for John Force.
Looking for consistency. And then it ran that 85 with whatever. And I went back, to Daniel Hood, my son-in-law, and I said, I kind of thought you were going to calm this down and see what it could do and get us in the show. He said, well, I did calm it down, and it just ran it. So he said, I'm going to back it down a little bit more, but the air tuned it up, and it ran quicker. So, hey, at least we're finding something there.
Two up, two down, finish line, 373. Brittany, 3.669, 331 miles an hour, and Justin Ashley goes to the top.
We've been fortunate to accomplish a lot in a short period of time, but the one thing that's kind of eluded us so far is that number one qualifier. And really, it's obviously great to be able to qualify number one, but it's really about positioning yourself well for race day. So that was the goal, that was the objective, to come out here today and be able to accomplish that. And Mike Green, Tommy Delago, they did a fantastic job, and it was a fun ride.
Meanwhile, Angie and Steve side by side on any run, oh boy.
There's a wall between them.
Luckily.
You could definitely hear that ball, couldn't you? Steve goes 1:03.8 short time if you're a hardcore fan. 676 for Steve, 677 for Eddie, 682 for Angie, 200 miles an hour even with the bog, and a 681 comes up for Karen. So Steve Johnson goes to the top.
Our engine guy hasn't slept in a while, and that I'm using that as an excuse for not tightening the bolts on the top of the engine. I can't believe we made the first run. It's like, and there's oil I can't believe we didn't oil the track after last year, oiling it and doing all this stuff, running over the center line stuff. But mistakes happen out here, man. And I know really smart guys have made them, so us other guys can make them too. So I'm all right. So, but the bike was good. There's if I would have rode it better, it would have went faster and quicker, I think.
All right, we got several under power. J.R. Gray rolls off, but it's Justin Bond, runs a 5.74.4 at 248.20 miles per hour. Justin Bond going to go to number one. 5.92.9 for Doug Winters, the D-Wagon machine, 244. Castellano with a 6.14.9, going to slot him in fourth overall. And it is J.R. Gray, who is still in the computer as Chad Green, which is why I said that.
Competition Plus is your go-to source for the latest in drag racing news. For over 20 years, CompetitionPlus.com has provided news you can trust, thoroughly researched and delivered as quick and fast as it can be uploaded. Whether it's nitro or stock, drag radial or pro modified, our writers are trained to bring you the inside story time and time again. We have it all from in-depth news articles to the latest in high-performance products to the scuttlebutt making its way around the pits. Original video content from the stars in drag racing also makes CompetitionPlus.com the ultimate one-stop shop for die-hard drag racing fans. Don't make CompetitionPlus.com your only stop on the information superhighway. Make it your first. For news you can trust and have trusted for 20 years, visit CompetitionPlus.com. Be sure to download our mobile app. It's a free download on the Apple Store and Google Play.